Hey 80s fans, my name is Alex Morgan. I'm the owner of Totally 80s Pizza and Museum. We are located in Fort Collins, Colorado. Totally 80s Pizza and Museum is the world's largest 1980s pop culture history museum. Today I want to show you some of our cereal boxes that we have on display. The 1980s were awesome when it came to cereal boxes. If you walk down a cereal box lane at the grocery store nowadays, it's pretty boring. But in the 1980s, we had awesome cereal boxes like the Nintendo cereal system. We're going to talk about Breakfast with Barbie today, and my personal favorite, Nerd Cereal.
Alright guys, check this out. This is a very rare box of Nerd Cereal from 1985. Nerd Cereal only lasted 1 or 2 years, so a box of Nerd Cereal is hard to get your hands on. This is pretty unique. I've never seen this on a cereal box before. It actually had a cut down the middle to separate the two sides of the cereal, one grape, one strawberry. The first ingredient in Nerd Cereal is sugar. If you've never had this stuff, it was super sweet with a little bit of saltiness to it. Like I say, the first ingredient is sugar. The other bad thing about Nerd Cereal, and probably a reason it didn't last very long, is it had a tendency to turn your poo the color of the cereal the next day. Probably didn't help its sales. Along the side here you see their little nerd logo, but any kid from the 80s remembers nerds, and here's a really rare box of cereal from the museum. Up next we have a cereal from 1989, Breakfast with Barbie. This is one of the last 1980s cereals and was marketed towards girls. Even got a little heart on top, pink all over, girls' toys on the back. You can see here it was showing it's a little healthier than most of the other cereals. If you ever had it, it tasted like a little bit sweeter version of Kix cereal. Here's a Barbie magazine and party book offer. Like I say, it was advertised all to girls, and Barbie was huge in the 1980s. Probably one of the #1 girls' toys in the 80s. But my favorite part about the Breakfast with Barbie cereal is the cover. Check this out, guys. It does not get any more 80s than this. She has pink and blonde crimped hair in a pink bikini, chilling oceanside, eating her cereal. I love it. It's super 80s, and it's right at the end. 1989 Breakfast with Barbie cereal. And up next we have the Nintendo cereal system. This cereal came out in 1988 and really was a little bit of a copy of the Nerd cereal. It had 2 different cereal bags inside. You could choose if you wanted the Mario side or the Zelda side. They were pretty similar. The Mario side was kind of a fruity cereal, and the Zelda side was like a berry flavored cereal. The Mario side would have little flavored mushrooms and Mario themed looking items, and in the Zelda side you would have berry flavored keys and that sort of thing. There's a lot of different covers for this cereal, even though it was only around for a couple of years. I think every time they changed the promotion on the back, they changed the cover. This is a later one. You can see Mario's throwing the bad guy, and that didn't happen until the second Mario Brothers. You can find little earlier ones where the box cover is a little bit different. But that's Nintendo cereal system, and that's our last cereal for this episode.
I hope you enjoyed our video today. If you would like to leave some messages in the comments below, please do so. If you are ever in Colorado, please join us. We are about 45 minutes from Denver. We also will be having some more videos coming soon. We're going to talk about the very rare Gremlin cereal next, and also how to spot a real Frankie Goes to Hollywood t-shirt versus a fake.